They're shielding. This is what they're up to. They're shielding prison officials from a suit brought by an abused inmate. Get into this. Supreme Court ruled federal inmates could not sue protections officers for monetary damages for alleged assaults under the Eighth Amendment, which protects citizens from excessive bail, excessive fines, and cruel and unusual punishment. I would think it would fit perfectly there, right? And then park it right there with the Eighth Amendment. Monday, the Supreme Court rejected inmate Andrew Fields' lawsuit seeking damages against guards at a Lee County prison over alleged physical abuse and assault in 2021. What happened to him? What happened to Mr. Fields? 53-year-old Fields contended guards used excessive force, including kicking and punching him, smashing his head into a concrete wall while he was restrained. 2022 lawsuit named the Bureau of Prisons, the prison warden, prison officials, and claimed excessive force was used in violation of the Eighth Amendment. And a Black Star friends there giving us some of the details. For the past 45 years, this court has consistently declined to extend Bivens to new contexts. We do the same here, the justices wrote in an unsigned opinion with no dissents. 1971, the High Court allowed such a claim under a ruling known as Bivens v. 6 unknown agents. In the decades since, the court has made it almost impossible to win a case under Bivens. In the ruling, justices said if Fields' case was allowed to continue, it could have negative systemic consequences for prison officials. Now, there's a couple of these justices that one might respect more than others. What about the inmates? Wouldn't it have negative systemic consequences if it's not allowed to proceed for them? And that the inmate has other ways, okay, of vindicating his rights, is according to NBC News. So the justices sent the case back to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit for further proceedings, turning down a chance to confront the court's 1971 decision in Bivens v. 6 unknown named agents. The case established an implied right to seek a remedy for constitutional violations against individual federal officers, despite no law authorizing such a suit, and the High Court has repeatedly signaled interest in overturning it. In the years that followed, SCOTUS extended Bivens to employment-based discrimination in the workplace and cruel and unusual punishment from the Eighth Amendment. However, since 1983, the court has jettisoned Bivens' claims, declining to extend the remedy to other alleged constitutional violations and instead suggesting Congress should make such decisions. Now, you would think I did enough on this show, but I feel like the team is punking me a little bit because anytime they put up this picture, it's something in the eyes. It's like he's looking at me. I don't like it. I find it hard to concentrate. But Pierce, there it is. There it is. Now you tell me what. I'm not wrong, am I? Most recently, Justice Clarence Thomas wrote in a majority opinion that the claims aren't valid in all but the most unusual circumstances. Can that be it for him on the screen? And I thank you for that.
Shit, okay.
Okay.
That's enough.
Did you understand? You saw the eyes, right, Jackson?
Yes.
I'm not wrong. It's just something, and it's not his fault, I don't think. It's just, I have an aversion to that. What do you make of this? Again, no dissent. The Supreme Court signaling by those who watch this kind of thing, legal pundits, scholars, that they want this out of here.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of a further reflection of that executive theory that the president can do whatever he wants, therefore law enforcement can do whatever they want, therefore anybody in positions of authority can do whatever they want. So it's not surprising that SCOTUS has done this. They've many times allowed for the further corruption of the government. Wasn't but a couple of years ago that they reversed a 70-plus year precedent, well, a 50-plus year precedent, a Roe v. Wade. So, they have absolutely no problem taking away people's rights. And they have also given time after time more executive authority and power to Donald Trump. Struck down what lower federal courts have tried to prevent Donald Trump from fulfilling and taking into fruition. So this is just further reflection of that. And unfortunately, it's a huge signal for people in positions of power to abuse that power and to further abuse those who have little say so in what happens to them.
Yeah, I and I mean it's the cynic perhaps in me. I'm very skeptical. I don't know why you need to get rid of Bivens. Seems that what's been happening as cases are tried throughout the land is that they can get away with just about anything. And the hurdle to get justice when you've been wronged, it seems, by law enforcement. When you've been wronged by law enforcement, I didn't say all law enforcement was wrong. I said, when you've been wronged by law enforcement, the hurdle to get justice is so high. So high.
Mhm. Yeah.
This, one more comment, Jackson. Is something else you wanted to
No,
say?
I was just agreeing with you. The
You like
hurdle
the
is
high note?
I mean, I did like the high note. I did like that. I liked how you
Oh,
mixed it up. You know what I
that's
mean?
right.
We need that,
Yeah,
especially in a time like this. But
I
yeah,
could have
it's
been something.
whether it's that or like someone like Diddy basically getting off.
Mm.
You're in positions of power that goes a long way.
Long way. Men in positions of power.